Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to understand the balancing of several masses rotating in the different. So in the previous videos, we already talked about balancing of several masses rotating in the same plane. Let's see the question. Question states that a shaft carries four masses A, B, C, D. Magnitudes of the masses are given and revolving at radii 80 mm, 70 mm, 60 mm and 80 mm in planes measured from A 300 mm, 400 mm and 700 mm. So let's understand the question up to this point now. Now let's make a diagram. So this is the diagram. We have a shaft here and on the shaft we have a four masses A, B, C, D and the magnitude of these masses are given and radii of rotations are given, which means the lengths from the axis of the shaft to the mass is given, and every mass has its own plane and the distances of the masses from plane A is given. So we can make like this. So distance of the B from A is 300, the distance of C from A is 400 and distance of D from A is 700. So every dimensions are in millimeters. So you can say that these are the position of planes. Let's see the further statement of the question. The angles between the cranks measured anti-clockwise. A to B 45, B to C 70, C to D 120. Means the angles between these masses are given and you have to take these angles anti-clockwise. Understand the angles between these masses, we have to make the space diagram. So this is mass A, mass B, mass C and mass D and their magnitudes are and their radii of rotations are and the angle between the masses are. So this is a space diagram and you have to make this space diagram with the help of proper scale and geometry. And this space diagram gives the angular position of the masses. Read the further statement of the numerical. It states that the balancing masses are to be placed in planes x and y. So examiner wants to take any two planes x and y. On that planes we have to place two balancing masses. It means this is a question of dynamic balancing. Whenever you have a different planes and you have to balance with the help of two masses or more masses, take that case into dynamic balancing. Now the distance between the planes A and X is given, which is 100 mm. Let's make a plane X and this is a X plane and the distance from A is given, which is 100 mm. Let's see the further statement. Between X and Y it is 400. Wherever the Y plane is, that is 400 mm from X plane. So let's say that this is a Y plane and the distance is 400 mm. After that, the distance between Y and A is given, that is 200. So this is my position of planes diagram and this is a space diagram. The statement states that if the balancing masses revolve at the radius of 100 mm, means the distance from the axis of the rotation to the masses are given, which is 100 mm for both the masses. You have to find out their magnitudes, means you have to find out mx and my, and you have to find out the angular positions, means you have to find out theta x and theta y. So this is the question. Let's start the solution. Now initially you have to make a small table in which you have to make a plane, masses, radius, centrifugal forces, distance from plane x, and you have to find out the couple. Because I already talked about that, this is a case of dynamic balancing. And in the dynamic balancing, you have to see two criteria, the centrifugal force and the couple. Means the summation of the forces must be 0 and summation of the couple must be 0. Then the case would be a completely dynamically balanced. In different planes, you have to take all the masses into a single plane and that plane will be considered as a reference plane for all the masses. So let us suppose I will take this x plane as a reference plane. If I'm considering x as a reference plane, then the distances from this reference planes towards the left side will be taken as a negative and the distances towards the right side of the reference planes will be taken as a positive. Now let's fill the table. First of all, we fill the row of plane. So we have a 6 planes So these are the planes according to the position of planes diagram. Now fill the masses, and masses are in kilograms. Mass of the x plane is mx and mass of the y plane is my. Now fill the radii of rotations but in meters. So in the question it is given in millimeters. You have to convert it into meters. So radii of rotation for mass A is 80 mm, but I will take it as a meters 0.08. In the same way, radii of rotation of mx is 100 mm. I will take it as a 0.1 meters. And for the centrifugal forces, we have a formula mr, as we neglect the angular velocity here because angular velocity is constant to all the masses, and the formula for the centrifugal will remain as mr. So for mass A, the centrifugal force will be mr, which is 200 into 0.08, and that is 16. In the same way, you can determine the magnitude of centrifugal forces for all the masses. Now in the next row, we will consider the distances from plane X, because plane X is a reference plane, and that distances we will take from the position of planes diagram. Negative side of plane X, we have a plane A. So plane A is 100 mm from plane X. But these distances are given in millimeters. You have to convert these distances into meter. So this could be a minus 0.1. Minus because it is on the left side of the reference plane. Now for plane X, there is no distance from plane X, so it will be considered as 0. Now plane B is 200 mm away from plane X, but on the right side. So we will consider it as a positive. So all other planes are on the right side of the reference plane. So the distances are. Now we have to find out the couple. For couple, we have a formula mr into L, and L here is a distance from plane X. So this is a L rho. Now you have to just multiply centrifugal force rho with distance rho. So 16 into minus 0.1 will give you minus 1 point. In the similar way, you can determine the magnitude of the couples of all the masses. Consider this table to determine the magnitude and position of the balancing masses. Now, as we know that we are talking about the dynamic balancing, we have to consider the force and couple both, and we have to make the two polygons here or two vector polygons here. First is couple polygon and another is force polygon. Let's make the couple polygon first. Why we make the couple polygon first? Because we already make one couple as 0. So it is possible to find out the magnitude of y mass, that is here, easily. That's why we will make a couple polygon first, then we will make the force polygon. So let's make the couple polygon. So this is a space diagram, and with the help of this space diagram we will make the couple polygon. So before making a couple polygon, we have to consider a scale factor. As we know that couples are in meters, so we have to convert that particular meter distances into centimeter, because it is not possible to make a lines of meters on A4 size page. So I will assume that 1 meter is equal to 1 centimeter. You can take any value for the scale factor, any suitable value. I will take it as a 1 meter is equal to 1 centimeter. It becomes minus 1.6 centimeter. So it becomes 0. It becomes 4.2 centimeter. This is 7.2 centimeter. In the same way, this is 0.04 my centimeter, and it becomes 9.6 centimeter. Now let's start making the couple polygon. So for couple polygon, you have to take a scale and take a scale parallel to your first mass, which is ma, and consider this center point as a O and make a parallel line over here. And the magnitude of the parallel line should be a 1.6 centimeter. So this is a 1.6 centimeter line, and we will take it as a O dash and A dash. So basically what I am doing here is I am starting my couple polygon starting from the center of this space diagram, which is O. I will take it as a O dash, and the direction of this is in left side because it is in negative. So we have to take the direction towards the left side. If it is in positive, we have to take it in the right side. After that, for the mass MB, take again scale and parallel to that particular angle, which is 45, and take your scale here and make a line of 4.2 centimeter. So you can say this is a 4.2 centimeter and this point is B dash. In the same way, take a scale again and parallel to your mass MC and make a magnitude of line which is 7.2 centimeter. Because we already find out with the help of this table, couple is 7.2 centimeter. So I'll make a line 7.2 centimeter. So C is in the similar manner for the mass D, make your scale parallel to it one and make a line of 9.6 centimeter and this point becomes D. Okay, now you have to find out the resultant of this particular couple polygon, and to find out the resultant of that, we just meet the initial and final point of the vector diagram. So to meet this, we again take a scale and make a line of that just to complete the couple polygon, and this dimension will give us the magnitude of resultant. So I can write here vector. So we can say that vector D dash O dash is 7.3 centimeter by measurement with the help of this scale. Now we have to convert this centimeter into meters. So I will assume that 1 meter is equal to 1 centimeter. It means, so my couple for the y plane is 7.3 into 1 meters. So it becomes 7.3 kilogram meter square. Now you can find out the mass My because it is equal to 0.04 My. As we know that the couple for the y plane is 0.04 My and we have the magnitude of that couple as 7.3 kg meter square. So both must be equal. With the help of this equation, we can find out My. So this is the magnitude of the balancing mass at y plane. So after finding out the magnitude of the balancing mass in the y plane, let's find out the angular position of that. To find out the angular position of the mass y, you have to take a line in the space diagram like this. So this is the line which is exactly parallel to this one. See, these both lines are parallel to each other. And with the help of protractor you can find out that angle, and by protractor it is around 12 degree. So theta y is 12 degree. With the help of couple polygon we have determined the balancing mass in y plane and angular position of that particular mass. Now with the help of force polygon we can find out the mass and their angular position. Before starting the force polygon we have to take the scale factor. The centrifugal forces are in kilogram meter. So you have to convert that meter into centimeters. So I will take scale factor as 16 meter is equal to 4 centimeter, which gives me 1 meter is equal to 0.25 centimeter. Now 21 meter become 21 into 0.25 centimeter. And this is 5.25 centimeters. In the same way 24 becomes 6 centimeter and 16 meter again become 4 centimeter. So with the help of the scale factor now we can start with the force polygon. So for force polygon we have to take the scale and make your scale parallel to the mass A and take your scale to this side and make a line of 4 centimeter, and this 4 centimeter will tell us FA. So 4 centimeter as per our scale factor. Now again take a scale and make it parallel to mass B and make a line of 5.25 centimeter, and this will give the force B which is 5.25 centimeter. In the same way again take a scale, make it parallel to mass C and make a line here which is 6 centimeter. So this is a 6 centimeter line and this is FC. C. In the same way, take a scale again and make it parallel to mass D and make a line of 4 centimeter because FD is 4 centimeter as per the scale factor. So let's give the namings to it. So these are the namings to all the points and with the directions of the forces. Now after that you are going to make another force which is 0.1 my, and 0.1 my is force at y plane. So that is force y 0.1 my, and my we have already find out that is 182.54. 0.1 into 182.54 which gives you 18.254. So this could be the force at y plane. Now this is in the kilogram meters. Now you have to convert it into centimeters with the help of this scale factor, which is 1 meter is equal to 0.25 centimeter. So by converting it into centimeters, it becomes around 4.5 centimeter by scale factor. Now take a scale and parallel to your my mass and make a line over here which is of 4.5 centimeter. So this is 4.5 centimeter line Fy. Now this is a force polygon, and to find out the resultant of this force polygon, just meet the initial and end point with the help of scale. And the magnitude of this line will represent from this table is 0.1 mx. And as per the scale, if we calculate with the help of scale, it will around 8.9 centimeter. Okay, so the length of this line is 8.9 centimeter, and as per this table this is 0.1 mx. So with the help of this relation we can find out mass of the balancing mass in the x plane. But before finding out, we have to convert this centimeter line into meters line. So I am writing here 8.9 centimeter divided by 0.25 centimeter, and it will give us 35.6 kilogram meter. Okay, now you can find out 0.1 mx in equal to 35.6 kilogram meters. So with the help of that we can find out mx equal to 356 kilogram. So this is the magnitude of the balancing mass in the x plane. Now with the help of this force polygon we can make a line over here in the space diagram, and this is a mass mx and this is a 356 kg, and the angular position we can find out with the help of protractor, and you can find out this is around 145 degrees and theta x is 145 degrees. So students, this is the way to find out the balancing of several masses rotating in the different planes. If you have any query regarding the same, you can comment in the comment section. Thank you everyone.